It's the most wonderful time of the year when darts will be throwing, 180s are flowing, and something about nine darters. It's time to talk, not Turkey, but the World Darts Championship.
180!
Yes, the 2025 Professional Darts Corporation World Darts Championship is back, sponsored by that Irish bookmaker that I'm not going to mention because gambling is for suckers. We're going to have a look at the runners and riders, the favourites, if you will, for the World Darts Championship this year. We're also going to recap the PDC event calendar from this year because last year, 2024's World Championship, saw Luke Littler have a breakout year onto the scene, and it was a brilliant year for Luke Littler. If I just take a peek at the order of merit, he's about £1 million ahead of Michael Smith. So he's earned, over the course of the time that the PDC Order of Merit is judged, £1.8 million, just over £1.8 million. Second place, Michael Smith, £890,000. So no one can touch Luke Littler on the amount of money he's earned. It's probably gone on those, what are they called now? EAFC cards or whatever. Yeah, I don't play EFC. I haven't played FIFA in a long time, so I don't know what they're called. But if we recap the calendar year for the Professional Darts Corporation, we take ourselves back not to the 2024 World Championship final, which was won by Luke Humphreys, but the 2024 Masters, which from 2025 onwards is going to be called the Winmau World Masters. Stealing its, well, I say stealing its name. Winmau are the dartboard supplier now, replacing Unicorn of a couple of years ago. And now taking that name from the classic BDO tournament. Of course, the BDO doesn't exist anymore. So the Kazoo Masters 2024, going back to Milton Keynes. They did give us one of the best victories of the year for one of the nicest and one of my favorite personal darts players. Bird is the word, Stephen Bunting, winning 11-7 against Michael Van Gerwen in the first final of 2024, apart from the World Championship final. But Stephen Bunting won the Kazoo Masters. Then we had the Premier League of Darts. So the 2024 Premier League of Darts was won by Luke Littler. And it takes place between February and May. So it pretty much starts after the Masters finishes and concludes. And Luke Littler beat Luke Humphreys. So this time it was a reverse of the World Championship, of the 2024 World Championship. Luke Humphreys finishing second, Luke Littler winning at the O2 Arena. Of course, this does not count towards the PDC Order of Merit because it's a special event. So it's not a ranked event, because it's basically an event for television. So it exists for Sky Sports, but it does give them a nice bit of prize money, and they get to play in all the big arenas. During that time that the Premier League of Darts was on, we would have also been heading to Minehead, Butlins, for the UK Open, which takes place in March. And it threw up another champion, Dimitri Van den Berg, this year, with the Belgian winning that one against Luke Humphreys in the final. And you might be wondering what happened to Luke Littler. He got knocked out the quarterfinals by Damon Heta, the Australian player. Stephen Bunting, by the way, the Masters champion, only reached the quarterfinals as well. But Luke Humphreys, the runner-up of the Premier League, the runner-up of the winner of the 2024 World Championship, runner-up of the Premier League, which was actually decided in May. This tournament took place in March, but Luke Humphreys finishing second to Dimitri Van den Berg. Then, if I'm not mistaken, the calendar then either switches. It's the World Cup of Darts, the tournament that I really don't understand why they play this every year. This the one tournament I don't understand. Why is there a World Cup of Darts? There doesn't need to be. I know the BDO used to do it, or the World Darts Federation used to do it, and I believe the World Darts Federation still do it on the other side of the darting divide. I don't understand why they do this, or at least if you're going to do it every year, change the country because it's always in Germany. Change it, have it in Japan one year, have it in America, have it in Australia. Just move it around every year if you're going to do it, or make it every 4 years. That'd be interesting, and then have a European Championship every 2 years or something, or I don't know. I don't like the idea of a World Cup of Darts. That was won by England, which was Luke Humphreys and Michael Smith, with Luke Littler not playing in said tournament. It's not a ranked event. It's just an event that happens, and I really don't understand why they have the World Cup of Darts, but it happened. England won it. I'm not really going to focus on it because it's not a ranked event. It's not an important event on the calendar. The real important event, the next major, is the World Match Play, which takes place at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Magnificent event if you do get a chance to go in July. And there was a 9-darter from Dimitri van den Berg. If you get a chance to go watch it, I think it's on Sky Sports YouTube channel. But it's a fantastic 9-dart finish as well. Luke Humphreys was the eventual winner of that one, beating Michael van Gerwen in the final 18-15. And if you're wondering what happened to potential world champion, future world champion, Luke Littler had a tough gig at the World Match Play in the first round because he had to play Michael van Gerwen and lost 10-6 to Michael van Gerwen. So Luke Littler, his first year on the tour, goes to the World Match Play, and at this point, you're probably looking at it and thinking, well, he's won the Premier League because he got invited to play that, and you're probably thinking, well, if he can't beat MVG, he might just be maybe you're worrying that he might just be a flash in the pan or something like that. Well, actually, no, because when they got to the World Series of Darts, which took place in Amsterdam, Michael van Gerwen did not win in his home country. Luke Littler won and got revenge on Michael van Gerwen for the World Match Play by knocking him out the semi-finals 11-4. He pretty much smashed him. And Michael Smith beat Peter Wright 11-6, but it was Luke Littler that won 11-4 in that one, giving him another title. And then the Boyle Sports World Grand Prix, which took place in early October. That took place in Leicester, and the overall winner was Mike De Decker, an old BDO name. Yes. 6-4 winners against Luke Humphreys in that one. And so there were a variable lot of winners. Mike De Decker, I do remember playing I'm sure he used to play on the BDO circuit, or what is now the World Darts Federation circuit. Then we move on to the European Championships, which takes place in Germany every year, but it was Richie Edhouse that won that. So Richie Edhouse won that one. So another name. If you're wondering where's the main names, well, actually, to be fair, Michael van Gerwen got knocked out early on by Gary Anderson in the second round. Gary Anderson got knocked out in the quarterfinals. Gerwyn Price got knocked out the first round. He did not have a good year, did he, Gerwyn Price? Certainly not. And then we moved to the Grand Slam, taking place in Wolverhampton, and this is where the BDO guys used to come in. Obviously, the BDO doesn't exist anymore, so I don't know if the WDF guys go into it. I don't think so. But this was another great tournament, and Luke Littler winning 16-3 in the final against Martin Luckman in that final. Just another another tournament victory. And then we end the calendar year, of course, before we head into the World Darts Championship with the Players' Championship final, which is kind of, I want to say, a decent indicator as to who will win the World Darts Championship. But I'd need to have a look at who won the Players' Championship years prior before, judging who's going to win the World Darts Championship. But Luke Humphreys won against Luke Littler 11-7. That means, though, that despite that, Luke Littler is still top of the PDC Order of Merit, and he is actually the favourite at 15-8 with the Irish bookmaker. Luke Littler 15-8 to win the 2025 World Darts Championship. Luke Humphreys, the defending world champion, at 3-1. Then a much more familiar name to your classic darts fans of the, era of 10 years ago. Gary Anderson 10-1. Michael Van Gerwen 11-1. Mike DeDecker 25-1. Michael Smith also 25-1, former world champion there. And then we get to, the other names: Gerwin Price, Rob Cross, things like that. And we see that, and potentially you probably, if you smart money, is on a repeat of last year's final. So the 2024 final being played again on the first Friday of January 2025, the first Friday of 2025. Luke Littler and Luke Humphreys, 15-8 to 3-1. I would like to see a repeat of last year's final. I think that's probably where it's going to go.